Did you know that, statistically, 99% of deaths after the age of 75 are not due to vague old age and frailty, but often have specific and concerning causes? Many people pass away unexpectedly, leaving family and loved ones unprepared. But the truth is, the majority of these deaths are preventable if we understand the silent killers lurking at this age. Many mistakenly believe that passing away in old age is a natural law, something inevitable. But in reality, most deaths stem from health risks that are completely controllable and reducible if we have the right knowledge and take the right actions. The sad truth is, when most people realize these risks, their health has already significantly declined, and intervention options become more limited than ever. But if you are reading these lines, you have a tremendous advantage. Understanding these potential dangers now will allow you to take proactive steps to protect your health and extend your lifespan incredibly, in ways you may never have thought possible. To avoid missing important and useful information like this, please click the subscribe button to our channel right now. And if you find these shares valuable, please don't hesitate to give us a like to give us more motivation to bring you even better quality content. In this article, we will explore the top 6 causes of death in older adults after the age of 75, the silent killers responsible for almost all deaths in this age group. Some causes may sound familiar, while others may surprise you. But one thing is certain, equipping yourself with knowledge about them is the first and most important step in preventing them from reaching you or your loved ones. These are not just dry statistics, they represent real lives, real families, and real choices that each of us can make to make a difference between struggling with serious health issues in our final years or living a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. Let's delve into each cause, because these 6 killers are truly important and directly affect your life. Cause number 1, cardiovascular disease, the number 1 killer that cannot be ignored. Cardiovascular disease has always been the leading cause of death for people over 75, and sadly, many still don't realize how much control they actually have over this disease. Your heart is a powerful organ, a durable machine that works tirelessly throughout your life. Like any muscle, the heart will maintain its health if properly cared for, or it will gradually weaken over the years if neglected. The tricky part is that you don't always feel the early warning signs until it's too late. Many people think that feeling slower, getting tired more easily, or being slightly short of breath during exertion are normal symptoms of old age. But in reality, these can be signs that your heart is having problems and is no longer as strong as it used to be. These are signs you absolutely should not ignore. One of the main causes of cardiovascular disease is high blood pressure. Over time, constant pressure on the walls of your arteries will cause serious damage, making them stiff and narrow. This forces the heart to work much harder to pump blood throughout the body. The worrying thing is that high blood pressure often occurs silently, without any obvious symptoms until a heart attack or stroke occurs, forcing you to face the harsh reality. This is precisely why many people over 75 suddenly find themselves in the hospital, wondering what happened when just a few days before they felt completely healthy. Another equally dangerous culprit is a poor diet. Decades of consuming processed foods high in salt and unhealthy fats will slowly cause negative effects on the body, clogging arteries and reducing blood flow. People often don't realize that this is not just about avoiding junk food but also actively supplementing with healthy and nutritious foods. Your heart needs to be adequately fueled and nourished to maintain its health, and if your daily meals lack these important elements, damage will occur faster than you think. Furthermore, lack of physical activity is also a major risk factor. Your heart is designed to be active, not to sit still all day. When you stop exercising, blood circulation slows down, muscles weaken, and the heart doesn't get enough exercise to maintain its strength. You don't have to become a marathon runner, but maintaining physical activity regularly and in a way that suits your health is extremely important. Whether it's just gentle activities like walking, yoga, or even simple chair exercises, they all help your heart function more efficiently and significantly reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. The biggest mistake many people make is assuming that cardiovascular disease is simply fate, something inevitable as they age. They hear about relatives who have had heart attacks or think it's just natural with increasing age. But the truth is, small, Consistent choices you make every day accumulate over time. What you eat, how you exercise, how you manage stress, all have a profound impact on how healthy your heart will be in the years to come. You have more control over your cardiovascular health than you think. The decisions you make today can determine how healthy your heart will be in the future, and the best time to start protecting it is right now. Cause number 2, falls and injuries, unexpected accidents with unpredictable consequences. One of the most dangerous and often overlooked risks for people over 75 is not illness, but falls. Just one wrong step, a momentary dizziness, or a slippery floor surface, and everything can change completely in an instant. A hip fracture, a serious head injury, or even just a seemingly minor bruise can quickly become a life-threatening event. Here's a shocking truth: falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths in older adults. They cause millions of emergency room visits each year, and for many, just one fall can lead to a decline in health from which they never fully recover. A hip fracture can mean months in bed, complete loss of independence, and a higher risk of infections and other dangerous complications. But despite the prevalence of this issue, most people still don't truly realize its danger until they or their loved ones experience it firsthand. The problem is that as we age, our sense of balance, muscle strength, and reaction time gradually decline. However, this process happens slowly and silently, so we often don't notice the change until it's too late. You might feel completely fine walking around your house and doing familiar daily activities. But then one day, you reach for something high up, or simply miss a step, and the loss of balance will allow gravity to completely take control of your body. At this age, the body no longer has the ability to recover quickly like before, and minor stumbles can now lead to serious injuries. Even more concerning is that the fear of falling can actually put many older adults in more danger. After experiencing a near fall, they often start avoiding movement altogether, no longer daring to walk, limiting their use of stairs, and confining themselves indoors out of constant fear. But the less you move, the weaker your muscles become, and when your muscles weaken, the risk of falling increases even more. This is a dangerous, vicious cycle, and it can quickly rob you of your independence and quality of life. But the good news is that falls are not inevitable. In fact, there are simple yet extremely effective measures you can take to significantly reduce your risk of falling. Strengthening your leg muscles and core muscles, improving your balance, as well as making small adjustments to your living environment such as installing better lighting, using non-slip rugs, and installing sturdy handrails in necessary areas can make a big difference between maintaining your activity and independence or facing life-altering injuries. Another often overlooked factor is the side effects of medications you are taking. Many prescription drugs can cause side effects such as dizziness, drowsiness, or sudden changes in blood pressure, all of which increase the risk of falling. If you've ever stood up too quickly and felt lightheaded, that's your body sending a warning signal that something needs to be adjusted. Talk to your doctor about all the medications you are taking, make sure they are not harming you, and pay special attention to how they affect your balance. This small action could save your life. Falling is not just a simple accident, it's also the result of not maintaining physical health, not paying attention to changes in your body, and ignoring simple yet effective preventive measures. Remember, after age 75, just one fall can change everything, and taking the right preventive measures today can bring you many years of easy movement, independence, and a much higher quality of life. Cause number 3, respiratory diseases, the silent enemy of the lungs. Breathing is an action we often take for granted and consider a given until it becomes difficult. As we age, our lungs no longer function as efficiently as they used to. Respiratory problems, even if they start as minor issues, can quickly become serious. A mild cough or slight shortness of breath can progress to chronic conditions, severe infections, and even hospitalization. Especially after age 75, respiratory diseases become one of the leading causes of death, and sadly, it's not because they are completely unavoidable, but they are often overlooked until it's too late. One of the biggest dangers is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Over time, the airways in the lungs become inflamed and narrowed, making breathing increasingly difficult. Many older adults often ignore early symptoms such as persistent coughing, wheezing, or feeling short of breath during exertion, attributing them to normal aging. But in reality, these are important warning signs that your lungs need help. Another enemy of the lungs is pneumonia. At first glance, pneumonia may seem like just another common infection, but for older adults, it is much more dangerous. The initial symptoms might just be a mild cold or chest congestion, but they can quickly progress to a life-threatening condition, especially as the body's ability to fight infection weakens with age. Many hospitalizations in people over 75 are due to pneumonia, and in many cases, this infection can cause a rapid decline in health, to the point where the patient may never fully recover. Another potential danger is poor air quality. Over the years, constant exposure to dust, environmental pollution, and cigarette smoke, whether active or passive, has caused significant damage to the lungs. Even indoor air quality can seriously affect respiratory health. Allergens such as mold, pet dander, and chemical pollutants in the home can worsen respiratory problems that you may not even realize. If you already have underlying conditions like asthma or COPD, these irritants will only make your symptoms worse. However, there are small but effective adjustments you can make to protect your lungs. Improving indoor air quality by using air purifiers or avoiding exposure to cigarette smoke are important steps. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to keep your lungs healthy is to maintain physical activity. Many people don't realize that the lungs, like any other part of the body, also need exercise to function properly. When you exercise, your lungs expand fully, helping them stay healthy and clear accumulated mucus. Conversely, when you sit for too long, your lungs don't get used to their full capacity, making you more prone to shortness of breath, infections, and weakening lung function over time. Even gentle activities like daily walking or stretching exercises can help keep your lungs stronger for longer. Another crucial factor often overlooked is getting fully vaccinated. Many older adults often underestimate the importance of getting vaccinated against diseases like pneumonia, seasonal flu, and other respiratory illnesses. But in reality, these simple preventive measures can significantly reduce the risk of severe infections. Vaccination not only helps you avoid severe colds, but also prevents dangerous complications that can lead to hospitalization, or even worse. A small action like staying up to date with your vaccinations can make a big difference between a mild illness and a serious health crisis. Breathing should not feel like a struggle, but for many people over 75, it does, not because they have to, but because they didn't act early enough to protect their lungs. Your lungs are with you every second of your life, working tirelessly to keep you alive. Taking care of, strengthening, and protecting your lungs from harmful agents and infections is one of the most important things you can do to prolong your health and independence in your later years. 'Cause number 4, stroke, the sudden storm that steals life. Stroke occurs suddenly, without any prior warning signs, and in just a fleeting moment, a person's life can change forever. It is one of the leading causes of death in people over 75, but it's alarming how many people still don't realize how many early warning signs and risk factors are within their own control. The problem is, a stroke often doesn't give you a second chance. Once it happens, the damage caused is usually permanent and can lead to severe disabilities, or even death. But here's something most people don't know. According to research, up to 80% of strokes can be prevented. This means that the choices you make today can determine whether you can maintain your independence and quality of life in the years to come or have to live with life-altering events that happen suddenly. Stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is suddenly blocked, ischemic stroke, or when a blood vessel in the brain ruptures, hemorrhagic stroke. In both cases, brain cells begin to die within minutes due to lack of oxygen and nutrients. The longer the brain is deprived of oxygen, the greater the damage. There are minor strokes that only cause temporary confusion or slight weakness, but there are also much more severe strokes that can leave the patient paralyzed on one side of the body, unable to speak, or completely dependent on the care of others. And in many cases, a stroke can lead to rapid death. One of the biggest risk factors for stroke is high blood pressure. Over time, excessive pressure on the walls of the arteries weakens them and makes them more vulnerable. These damaged arteries are more likely to rupture or become blocked, interrupting blood flow to the brain. Similar to cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure often has no obvious symptoms, leaving many people living with it unknowingly until a stroke occurs unexpectedly. Another major cause is irregular heartbeat, such as atrial fibrillation. This condition is quite common in older adults and often goes undiagnosed. When the heart beats irregularly, blood can pool and form clots. If one of these blood clots travels to the brain and blocks a blood vessel, it can cause a stroke in just a few seconds. The good news is that simple regular checkups can help detect these problems early, and modern treatments can significantly reduce the risk of stroke. In addition, diet and lifestyle also play a crucial role in preventing stroke. Consuming too much processed food, salty foods, and unhealthy fats will increase the likelihood of stroke, while lack of physical activity will make the blood thicker and slow down circulation. The best way to reduce your risk of stroke is to maintain an active lifestyle, eat nutritious foods, and keep your blood pressure at a healthy level. Small changes in daily habits like increasing green vegetables and fruits, reducing salt intake, and drinking enough water can also make a big difference in protecting your brain health. One often overlooked aspect is recognizing the early warning signs of stroke, such as transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, also known as mini strokes. Symptoms like sudden blurred vision, difficulty speaking, or feeling confused, even if they only last for a short time and then disappear, should absolutely not be ignored. Seeking immediate medical attention when experiencing these symptoms can be the deciding factor in preventing a full-blown stroke and avoiding its devastating consequences. The most important thing to remember is that you can reduce your risk of stroke by checking your blood pressure regularly, maintaining a heart-healthy diet, staying physically active, and especially being aware of the early warning signs of stroke. These proactive actions not only help you maintain your independence in life, but also avoid the enormous impact that a stroke can have. The sooner you act, the more chances you have to protect yourself and enjoy a healthier and more fulfilling life. Cause number 5, cognitive decline, the silent thief of memory and independence. Cognitive decline and its related complications are one of the most heartbreaking realities of old age. It's the gradual loss of memory, reasoning ability, and ultimately, independence in life. Cognitive decline doesn't happen overnight. It usually creeps into life slowly and silently, causing small changes that are initially easy to overlook. But over the years, those small gaps will gradually become more serious problems. The ability to manage daily tasks, recognize familiar faces, or make sound decisions begins to fade, and for many, it's not just an inconvenience but becomes a life-threatening issue, such as in the case of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Alzheimer's disease and other dementias not only affect the brain but also pose potential dangers to the entire body. As cognitive function declines, the ability to take care of oneself also decreases. Seemingly simple tasks like remembering to take medication on time, maintaining a balanced diet, or recognizing unusual symptoms of illness become increasingly difficult. Many older adults with dementia may forget to drink enough water, leading to dangerous dehydration. Others may eat too little or too much, causing malnutrition or uncontrolled weight gain, increasing the risk of other serious health problems. One of the biggest dangers associated with cognitive decline is accidents that can occur due to forgetfulness and impaired judgment. People with dementia may forget to turn off the stove after cooking, leave doors unlocked at night, or even wander outside in unsafe situations. All of these are risks that can become fatal as the level of cognitive decline increases. For many older adults, this leads to the tragic reality of losing their independence. They may no longer be safe living alone, and without proper care, their health will decline more rapidly. The scariest part is that many people don't realize they are experiencing cognitive decline until it has progressed to a serious stage. Early signs such as forgetting names of acquaintances, having difficulty following conversations, or frequently misplacing important items are often dismissed as normal signs of aging. But in reality, these small warnings are your brain's way of signaling that something is changing and needs attention. The sooner you act, the more chances you have to maintain a sharp and healthy mind for many years to come. One of the best ways to protect your brain is to keep yourself mentally active. Like the muscles in your body, your brain also needs regular exercise to maintain optimal function. Engaging in intellectual activities such as reading books, learning a new skill, solving puzzles, playing brain games, or even simply participating in deep and meaningful conversations can all help keep your brain active and reduce the risk of dementia. Something many people often overlook is the importance of physical exercise for brain health. Exercise is not only good for the body but also has a positive impact on cognitive function. Physical activity helps increase blood flow to the brain, providing oxygen and essential nutrients to nourish brain cells, thereby helping to protect memory and other cognitive functions. Another crucial factor is social interaction. Isolation and feelings of loneliness can rapidly accelerate the process of cognitive decline. Maintaining regular conversations, meeting friends and family, participating in community activities, and staying connected with society can truly help your brain stay sharper for longer. The more you challenge yourself with new experiences and meaningful interactions, the more resilient your brain will become. Of course, diet also plays an indispensable role in maintaining brain health. What you eat daily directly affects brain function. Omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins found in leafy green vegetables, berries, and nuts all have protective effects against cognitive decline. Conversely, consuming too much processed food, refined sugar, and unhealthy fats can cause inflammation in the brain, increasing the risk of cognitive impairment. A healthy brain starts with a healthy body, and the lifestyle choices you make today can profoundly affect your ability to think and function in the years to come. Loss of cognitive function is not an inevitable part of aging. By taking the right steps now, keeping both your mind and body active, maintaining positive social connections, and choosing smart foods, you can significantly reduce your risk of cognitive decline and enjoy a sharp and fulfilling life in your later years. Your brain is just like any other part of your body. The better you take care of it, the stronger it will be and the longer it will serve you. 'Cause number 6, cancer, the relentless lurking enemy. Although not specifically mentioned in the original excerpt, cancer is one of the leading causes of death in older adults, especially after the age of 75. Over time, cells in the body can undergo mutations leading to the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells, forming malignant tumors. The risk of developing many different types of cancer increases significantly with age, and early detection and treatment play a vital role in improving prognosis and extending lifespan. There are many types of cancer common in older adults, including lung cancer, colorectal cancer, prostate cancer in men, breast cancer in women, and skin cancer. Risk factors for cancer in older adults can include family history, lifestyle, such as smoking, unhealthy diet, lack of exercise, and exposure to carcinogens in the environment. The worrying thing is that in the early stages, many types of cancer may not cause any obvious symptoms, making detection difficult until the disease has progressed to a later stage. Therefore, regular cancer screening as recommended by your doctor is extremely important for older adults. Screening tests such as mammography for breast cancer, colonoscopy for colorectal cancer, PSA testing for prostate cancer, and low-dose CT scans of the lungs for those at high risk of lung cancer can help detect the disease at an early stage, when treatment methods have the highest chance of success. In addition to screening, maintaining a healthy lifestyle also plays a crucial role in reducing the risk of cancer. This includes quitting smoking, if you smoke, maintaining a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, limiting the consumption of red and processed meats, maintaining a healthy weight, exercising regularly, and protecting your skin from the harmful effects of sunlight. Cancer is not a death sentence, especially when detected and treated early. With the advancement of medicine, there are increasingly effective cancer treatment methods that help patients prolong their lives and improve their quality of life. Proactively preventing and screening for cancer is an important part of protecting health and extending lifespan in old age. The power is in your hands. As we conclude this article, please take a moment to reflect on what we have discussed: cardiovascular disease, falls and injuries, respiratory diseases, stroke, cognitive decline, and cancer. These 6 causes are responsible for the majority of deaths after age 75. But it's important to remember that they are not inevitable. Most people don't realize how much control they have over their own health, and by the time they do, it's often too late. The truth is, small but consistent choices you make starting today can bring you many more years of health, clarity, and independence in your life. No one wants to think about aging and potential health risks, but ignoring them won't make them disappear. The good news is that awareness is power. Knowing the warning signs, taking preventive measures, and prioritizing your health means you don't have to live in fear of what's to come. Instead of focusing on limitations, you can focus on resilience, strength, and enjoying life to the fullest. Take some time to review your daily habits. Are there any areas where you can make small improvements? It could be eating healthier, getting more exercise, going for regular checkups, or maintaining positive social connections. Always keep your mind active and positive, no matter what you are doing. Remember, you don't have to change everything at once. Just taking small steps in the right direction can lead you to a healthier and longer life. At this stage of life, your health is your most valuable asset. The better you protect it, the more you can enjoy time with loved ones, maintain your independence, and live without worrying about preventable health issues. Every day is an opportunity to take care of yourself, and the choices you make today will determine your strength and quality of life in the years to come. Thank you for taking the time to watch this entire video. We hope this information has been helpful and inspiring on your health journey. Remember, a healthy body and a sharp mind are the foundation for a fulfilling and meaningful life at any age.